Hi guys, welcome to the new week. So what are the pairs that we're going to be looking at for this new week? We're going to be looking at AUD, not AUD, Euro GDP. Euro GDP on the monthly time frame as usual will come, we check what the monthly candles are doing. On the monthly time frame, we can see a massive inverse head and shoulder pattern here. This is the head, this is the left shoulder, and this is the right shoulder. And the right shoulder created several bases, several bottoms around this area. One, two, three, four. Four clear bottoms that we can see around this area. So, and you know that is on the monthly time frame that I normally come to mark out my key levels. These are my key levels. This zone, you can see the way that price has reacted significantly from this level that I drew, from this level and this level as well. Look at how many touch around this area. So that is a recognition that that is a major level that we need to pay attention to. So that's a pattern that I use to mark out my key levels. So when we come, we'll look at the present and the latest price action. What is price saying on this pair as of the moment? I could see a consolidation around this area, a consolidation around this area. Initially, I was thinking that this consolidation will just push up because this is looking like a correction. But however, when I look closely at this price, the market came back up here and rejected back downwards. On a normal note, when I see a bullish engulfing candlestick pattern like this, I am very, very careful. Why? Because I cannot be trading bearish while the monthly candles are looking very bullish. So I was very careful. So I relaxed. Around this area, I saw a significant sell, and the monthly candle actually closed bearish. However, there is a weak rejection. So I concluded in my mind that maybe this market wants to just come and test this shoulder level around this area. That's my thought as of the moment. But there's an important level that it needs to clear first, which is this level. After clearing this level, then it's going to come back to this level. Let's see if this is going to give us a proper left shoulder, right shoulder, then to go to the upside. That's my thought as of the moment on the monthly time frame. But for now, I took this trade for a sell. I'm still in this trade for a sell. Um, Around the daily time frame, I'm going to show you where I place the trade and the new opportunity that we can take advantage of. So on the weekly time frame, what am I looking at on the weekly time frame? I come back to check my key levels. Normally, I check the way the market has reacted significantly previously. If you check the nature of the previous correction on the weekly time frame, the correction is quite deep. If you see this is a demand area, push the market up. The correction is quite deep on this side as well. Push the market up, double bottom. This is quite, it's not that deep, but then this one as well, then this one as well. So that is why last week I was telling you that this is a little bit tricky. You know why it's a little bit tricky? Because you can assume this as a head, this as a left shoulder, and this as a right shoulder, or this could be a triple bottom already. This is 1, 2, and 3. So anything is possible. So I was really leaning towards the downside because the monthly time frame was actually looking bearish, very bearish. So when I saw the 2 week rejection from this area, although this is a major zone, I saw the 2 week push down around this area. So I just concluded on the daily time frame. However, I saw a very bearish engulfing candlestick pattern after several correction around this area. At this point, at this close of this candle, this place is where I took my trade for a sell around this area because I actually marked out this key level, that this key level is a break of this time, but the nature at which the candle reacted from this area and this top, I see 1, 2, 3, almost a triple top around there, a little triple top around there is what made me to place my trade for a sell around this area, around this market. Once I see a close, a little pullback, then drop to the downside. So I'm looking forward to entering another position, but I was looking for a retest. This can actually be a retest already of this area for a continuation to the downside. I'm looking forward for the market to this can be a retest. This can just continue pushing downwards, but I'm looking forward for the market to react around this region, which the market did already, but I did not observe the market properly as of that time. So I'm still looking forward that the market might react. If it does not react, it's okay. But if it react again, it's still fine. I can take more opportunities from this area towards the downside. Why do I still think that there's possibility that the market might react? Why? Because on the 4 hour time frame, if you check the nature of the previous correction around this area, it's looking quite corrective. This one is looking quite corrective as well. This one is looking quite corrective. This correction is not as good as this one. It's not as big as this one, and it's not as big as this one. So I'm leaning towards price action. If it's correct towards the upside, I'm going to place another trade for a sell. But if it does not correct and begin to push downward, I kind of don't like to place trade when the trade is already gone. Like, I don't like it, but I don't like it. But if it pulls back towards this area, I'm going to take another sell for this trade. So that's my thought on GDP, Euro GDP as of the moment. So the next pair that I'm going to be checking is BTC. BTC, on the other hand, is looking good. BTC is looking really, really nice. When we come to our monthly time frame, actually, it's actually looking like a reversal because on the monthly time frame, however, that means if this is a reversal, that means the market actually reversed at this area. So BTC is looking like a reversal to me as of the moment because of if this candle closes like this, then BTC most likely will be looking forward to making a record high. So, but for now, the monthly candle is not yet closed. We still have this week for the monthly candles, for the monthly candle to close. Most likely, the monthly candle will go bullish from the way that I see. Most likely the monthly candle is looking very bullish. It's going to close bullish. So if the monthly candle close bullish, we have this move towards the upside. Then we have this correction. We have this move. We have this demand zone that push the market upwards. Then we have correction. We have this, and we have this drop. This drop actually broke this level. That's broke this level to just come and test this structural region. So for now on the monthly time frame, we're still looking bullish, very bullish. Then let's check what the weekly time frame is doing. On the weekly time frame, this was looking like a clean sell. If you check it properly, because this is a move, this is a correction, this is a move. This is looking like a correction, but the correction is not looking corrective anymore. Maybe this is just a double bottom around this area to push the market upwards. But let's see what the market is going to do. Maybe we're going to have a retest around this area for continuation to the upside. I don't know what BTC is doing, but this place is a very important level that the market could project from. So that's my thought on BTC as of the moment. It's possibility that it might reject here, but it's not certain that it's going to reject. So for now, BTC is still looking very bullish as of the moment. I'm not seeing this is just a minor level that could push the market downwards possible because this is also a structural level. So BTC, I will be waiting to see what the market is going to do at this region. Once I can only trade BTC when we have a break above. When we have a break above of this region, then it's going to be comfortable to trade. But as of the moment, BTC can easily reject from here towards the downside. Anything could happen. I'm favoring the downside because the monthly candles are looking very, very bullish. So on the daily time frame, however, BTC, we took this trade towards the upside as well. Correction up, correction up, correction up. So here right now, BTC is looking very corrective. even if the market wants to continue going up, it's going to give a rejection back downwards for a continuation to the upside, a proper base downward for a continuation to the upside. So that's my thought on BTC. There is nothing to trade here as of the moment. It's just to stand and watch and see what the market is doing. There's nothing to trade here. The base, the touches, the push, the base, the push, the base, the push, and this might probably hit this place a little bit next week, most likely, but I'm not going to be trading. There's nothing to trade around this region. This is where we took a trade here and here, but there's nothing to trade around this region. So for BTC, we're going to be sitting on our hand, waiting what the market is going to do around this region. There's nothing to trade on BTC. Just patient is what we're waiting for BTC as of the moment. Then the next pair that we are going to be checking is Euro USD. Euro USD, on the other hand, what are we going to be looking at Euro USD? What are we going to be looking at on Euro USD? Euro USD, I could see a multiple consolidation around this area that brought the market downwards. Then we have a triple bottom around this area that pushed the market upwards, correction, push, correction towards this area, push, double top around this area, drop. Then we have this inverse head and shoulder. I was thinking that this inverse head and shoulder pattern is going to like give a move towards the upside, but it's dropped to form a head, and this shoulder did not complete. I was looking forward for it to come and test the neckline same. And this is also looking consolidative for a drop. Then we have a sudden push towards the upside. So it's quite tough on Euro USD because we have several consolidation here and there, but we still took advantage of the move towards the upside. So for now, this is looking like a base to me as of the moment. This is looking at like a base at the major zone. If you see this major zone, the market reacted here, 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 and the market can easily push up to this top. The market can easily push up to make the third touch. Actually, there's high possibility that the market can push up because this has already formed, although the formation of the base is not yet confirmed because the monthly candle has not yet closed. So, if the monthly candle closed bullish, however, I'm not going to neglect the fact that this area is what pushed the market downwards. This area is what pushed the market downwards. This area is a very significant area that pushed the market downwards. So even if the monthly candle is closing bullish, it can actually still give a bearish momentum to the downside because this area is a significant area that have pushed the market several times to the downside. So how will I know? How will I know what is going to happen? And in that scenario is this. When I come to my weekly time frame, what am I looking at on my weekly time frame? If you see, this is looking like a several consolidation around this area, drop, several consolidation, and the market is looking like it's retesting it again, which most likely there's possibility that it can drop and there's possibility that it can go up. So what am I going to be looking at? I'm going to be looking at what the market is going to do. If I see 3 weeks of consolidation around this area, then the market is going to drop. If I see 3 weeks of consolidation just like this, just like this, just like this, then the market is going to drop. However, if I see a continuation to the upside and a break above of this place, then we're going to be looking bullish. That's my thought on Euro USD, and that is what I'm waiting forward for Euro USD. Euro USD as of the moment is looking 50-50. We can have a push towards this side, towards the upside. Then this is just a retest. For me, this is just a retest of this consolidation around this area. This is looking like we are having a bullish momentum towards the upside. So, however, I'm going to be watching this market very closely. I'm looking forward to placing a trade, just a little pullback. I'm just looking for a pullback around this area, maybe a pullback to come and test this region again around this area. Then I'm going to be looking forward to place in a trade for a buy. I just want a pullback, a decent pullback. If we have a decent pullback as of Monday, I'm going to be waiting to placing the trade for a buy. However, I'm going to be careful around this region. Why am I going to be careful around this region? Because this could easily be a head, a left shoulder, and a right shoulder. Why do I say this could easily be a head, a left shoulder, and right shoulder? Because this has not yet formed a proper base to tell me, okay, I'm going up from this area. Why? Because this is just a singular move towards the upside. If this market printed a base like this around this area, then I'm going to be convinced that, okay, we are looking forward towards the upside. However, this is just a singular move towards the upside that has not yet formed a base around this area. And since it has not yet formed a base around this area, I'm going to be careful around this region because this could easily be a head, a left shoulder, and come here point to be a right shoulder for continuation to the downside. So that's my thought on Euro USD. The Euro USD as of the moment is looking 50-50 to me. I'm not clear yet on Euro USD. It can be bullish, it can be bearish. So that's my thought on Euro USD as of the moment. But I'm just waiting to see if the market break around this area, then it's going to be bullish. But if the market stay here, stall and consolidate around this area, this could be a head, left shoulder, and right shoulder to push the market downward. So that's my thought on Euro USD as of the moment. Then the next pair that I'm going to be checking is the GDP JPY. GDP JPY on the other hand, GDP JPY on the other hand, this is what I'm looking at on GDP JPY. We'll come to a monthly time frame. What am I looking at on GDP JPY? We have a triple bottom around this area. We have a push towards the upside. We have a correction. We have a push. We have a correction. And we are looking like we are having a push, a monthly candle bullish engulfing candlestick pattern, very strong on the monthly time frame as of this moment. So on the weekly time frame, however, it's looking bullish as well. We have a push towards the upside. We have several correction around this area. First touch, second touch. This third touch of the trend line that pushed the market downwards, I think is here or here. Give me a stop loss because, yeah, give me a stop loss because I did realize that this is a third touch of the trend line, but actually neglected it. I actually neglected it here. So the market pushed up. I was looking for a correction to come back and test this area, but I forgot that the weekly candle actually closed like this. So this most likely is going to be a push towards the upside. However, I'm still not yet convinced of, although the 4 hour is giving like a head, a left shoulder, and a right shoulder, but this is looking like it's not yet complete. I don't know why this is looking empty. This is looking empty to me. So it's really going to be nice if I see a correction push towards the downside for continuation to the upside. I'm going to be really happy if I see. If I don't, then I'm going to be waiting for a break above correction for continuation to the upside. That's my thought on GDP JPY. But as of the moment, it's going to be nice if I can see a push downward, a significant push downward, and a push back upwards. That's my thought. I feel like this area is kind of it's not balanced yet. That's my thoughts. That's what I think, but I don't know. The market can do something else. If I see a break above correction, continuation to the upside. If I see a push downward, I'm going to be happy. I'm going to place the trade for a buy from this area towards the upside. Overall, the market is looking bullish. The market is not looking bearish. So that's my thought on GDP JPY. So this is how I'm going to be waiting to see how this trade is going to play out. Like this, my TP is going to be around this region. Then my stop loss is going to be around this area. So that's my thought on GDP JPY as of the moment. The next pair that I'm going to be looking at is what oil is doing. Oil, I like as well. We'll come back to our monthly time frame. The monthly time frame is looking very nice and really, really bullish on the monthly time frame. So this consolidation around this area is what pushed the market downward. We have this head, head, left shoulder, and right shoulder that push the market upwards. Then we have this consolidation around this area that brought the market, this demand pushed the market upwards. Then last month, I think several months ago, this move towards the upside, we took advantage of towards the upside. Then we have a correction backwards, and the market is still looking bullish. The market is looking like we're going to test the high there. So on the weekly time frame, however, the market gave a correction downwards, and this is looking like a continuation to the upside. However, I'm not yet convinced on the daily time frame yet because the daily time frame is kind of looking the daily time frame, however, is kind of looking like move towards the upside. I feel like there is a correction that is supposed to happen to test this region around this area for a continuation to the upside. That's my thought. I want that correction to happen here, this correction to happen here, push towards the downside, test this area again. There's a push, there's no significant correction around this area. If you check on the properly this level, there is no significant correction around this area. So I want a correction because this is a significant level. If you check here, corrected, here, corrected, here, corrected, here, there are several corrections. Here is supposed to correct before the continuation to the upside. That's my thought on oil. However, if it does not correct towards this area, I'm not going to be taking the trade because I like to see a correction. When we come back to the 4 hour time frame, I think it's necessary for it to correct because the 4 hour is not looking. Maybe it can come here before it correct, but I really want the correction to happen before the continuation to the upside. However, whether it come here to correct or come here to correct or correct like this, I'm going to be waiting for the correction here. So once I see a correction, a deep back down towards this area, I'm going to be placing oil for a big lot size for a buy. That's my thought on oil. We're going to get to this level, then the next level target is going to even be above on oil. Maybe the next level target is going to be 120. Then 120, we are going to be seeing, if we break 120, we're going to be seeing a new high on oil. So that's my thought on Brent oil as of the moment. Then what am I looking at next? I'm going to be checking what AUD New Zealand is doing. AUD New Zealand, on the other hand, monthly candles are looking bullish as well. On the monthly candles, they're looking really, really bullish. Um, very bullish on the monthly. We have several consolidation, one, two, triple bottom that push the market upwards. We have correction, we have push, we have correction, we have push. On the weekly time frame, however, we have series of correction around this area. We have a correction, push, correction, push, correction, push, correction. And this is looking like a push towards the upside, but we have a series of consolidation around this area. I wonder why the candles is correcting around this area. Then, however, when we come to our daily time frame, this is what I'm looking at on the daily time frame. This on the daily time frame has already printed a triple top. This is a triple top on the daily time frame. So one, two, triple top on the daily time frame. So what I'm going to do is this. Once I see several correction around this area, I'm going to be selling the market downwards. Once I see break above around this area to retest, I'm going to be buying the market upwards. That's my thought on this pair. So before I'm going to be trading a sell for this pair, it has to break this level around this area. Or if I see several candle correction, most especially on the 4 hour time frame, the market is correcting around this area. I'll just sell the market, even if it has not even broken this level. However, if the market push up and break this level, then correct backward, I'm going to buy in the market towards the upside. That's my thought on AUD New Zealand. And let's come back to our 4 hour time frame. What am I looking at on the 4 hour time frame? Yes, this is what I'm going to be looking at. This is what I'm going to be waiting for our time frame because this has already printed the top. If I see something like this around this area struggling to break this level, I'm going to sell the market from this area. Something like this around this area, I'm going to sell the market downwards, even without breaking this level. I'll sell. If I see something like this around this area, I'll sell even without breaking this level. Yes. Then if I see a break above a retest, then a continuation to the upside, then I'm going to be buying. That's my thought. We are 50-50 on this pair. Anything could happen. I'm not expecting a sell or a buy. However, it's giving me a momentum on the daily time frame for a sell. So it can easily break above or it can easily break below. So that's my thought on AUD New Zealand. Let's see what DXY is doing. DXY, however, I'm a little bit worried about DXY. I'm a little bit confused on DXY. It's not looking that clear, but however, I will just, as of the moment, I will just pick what I can see a correction, a push, a correction, a push. And this is looking like a triple top around this area, although the top has not yet solidified yet because the monthly candle has not yet closed. I could see several rejection around this area as well. So my thought on DXY is just almost the same as Euro USD, if you ask me. So presently we are looking at this like a head, left shoulder, a right shoulder. Then this is looking like a shoulder for continuation to the upside, which is possible. Yes, which is possible. However, towards the upside, which is possible. However, if we have a series of consolidation here as well, like a 3 weeks of consolidation around this area, then we are going to be looking forward to the continuation to the upside. But if the market stall around this area, then we're going to be looking forward to bearish momentum. So this is looking like a head, this is looking like a left shoulder and the right shoulder. Let's see if the market will go up or go down. So my thought on DXY is just the same as Euro USD. So what I'm going to be looking at is this on Euro USD. If I see a break above around this region, then a retest. This can be easily be a retest correction, and push towards the upside. So if this one is going to push towards the upside, then Euro USD is going to be bearish. But if this one is just a correction to test this area for continuation to the downside, then Euro USD is going to be bullish. So that's my thought on Euro US on DXY as of the moment. So if this is just a correction to test this area for continuation to the downside, Euro USD is bullish. But if this just push towards the upside, push towards the upside, then Euro USD is going to be bearish. So that's my thought on Euro USD and DXY as of today. The next pair that I'm going to be checking is the JPY basket. JPY basket, this is what I'm looking at. I'll just be quick on this one. We have monthly candle is looking very, very bearish as of the moment. We have push, we have a correction, we have a drop towards the downside, we have a correction. We have a drop towards the downside. Most likely, we are going to have another correction, which has not yet formed because the monthly time frame is still looking bearish. Then on the weekly time frame, however, is still looking very bullish bearish as well. We have this rejection, although we have 2 weeks of rejection around this area, which is a cause for a little bit of concern, but the market is still looking bearish. On the daily time frame, however, this is looking like we're having series of consolidation around this area. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 daily candle close around this area, signifying that maybe the market wants to push towards the upside on the daily time frame. So let's see what the 4-hour is doing. On the 4-hour, however, it's looking like we have a bottom, we have an inverse, kind of an inverse head and shoulder pattern that the market wants to go up again. Yes. So if the market is going up on JPY basket, then all the DXY pairs will be looking bearish. All the JPY pairs will be looking bearish if the market is going up. Yeah, so that's my thought on JPY. So it's either it's going to continue downwards or if this one is going downwards, then GDP JPY will be looking bullish. If this one is going upwards, then GDP JPY is going to be looking bearish. So that's my thought What do I have on US 30? US 30 is really looking bullish on the monthly time frame. We have correction, drop, correction, drop, correction, drop, and this is looking like a correction, and this is looking very, very bullish on the monthly time frame. However, the weekly time frame is saying a lot to me as of the moment. We have series of consolidation around this area. It's looking like the market wants to test this area before the continuation to the upside. That's my thought. It wants to test this area before the continuation to the upside. So my weekly is looking bearish. However, if we have a push towards the upside just like this, we have a correction around this area, we have a push for a double top, then the market correct backwards again. This is tricky. You will have to be very careful. If we have a push and it's tall here and a bearish candle going downwards, then we can sell. Push above, push towards this upside, then bearish, just like this. Push towards the upside, this two, then bearish candle after which, then it's now a double top. So it's looking like this is a correction for a double top, then it dropped towards the downside. You get this is looking like a correction for a continuation to the upside. However, if the market stall at the 100% retracement and fail to break above, then it's now a double top. Then the market will come back to test this area. So that's my thought on US 30 as of the moment. If you see this area, it's quite consolidative as well. It's looking like it wants to retest, but you have to wait for confirmation first before you sell towards the downside. However, US 30 is not looking. It's not a pair to sell. You can just be patient to wait for the buy. US thirty is really not a pair to sell. A buy will be nice if it comes back downwards around this area. You can buy from this area, or if it just break above, close above, then the buy is going to continue. So that's my thought on US 30 as of the moment. Then the next pair that I'm going to be checking is GDP AUD. GDP AUD, however, this pair I've been watching for a while. I like what the pair is doing. However, I feel like this pair wants to come and test this region again for a double bottom around this area. So that's my thought on GDP AUD. One touch, second touch, third touch around this area. And the market is looking like it wants to come and form a base around this area before a continuation to the upside. However, monthly candle, last month close candle, this is just looking like a retest around this area, a retest of this counter trend line, then a continuation to the downside. So that's my thought. Then this is looking like it wants to come and form a base. After forming a base, then we're now thinking about buying. So maybe it wants to come and form a base around this region for a continuation to the upside. Maybe a base formation just like this, just like this, just like this for a push towards the upside. Then on the on the daily time frame, however, this is looking like the third touch of the trend line. If you check one touch, second touch, this is like a third touch, so it can easily drop from this area towards the downside to test where it wants to test, form a base around this area for continuation to the upside. So that's my thought on GDP AUD as of the moment. And the next pair I'm going to be looking at is CHF JPY. CHF JPY, Euro JP, Euro CHF. Euro CHF, I come on the monthly time frame. The monthly time frame is looking really, really bullish as of the moment. We last month closed bullish. However, this is a major support level, resistance level as of the moment. Then the price is currently rejecting from that area because that is a resistance level, a very strong resistance level because the market rejected 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, a very strong resistance level. That's why we're having bearish move as of the moment. Then, however, the market is looking like the bearish move has been exhausted, although we have a triple week rejection around this area that pushed the market downwards. This is looking bullish. So on the daily time frame, the market has rejected around this area several times, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 daily candles. So this could easily be a market execution towards the upside. However, I'm going to be concerned about this neckline. because this could easily be a retest for a drop towards the downside. So it's all about how the market is going to react at this region for next week. It's all about how the market is going to react at this region. Because if I see a push above correction, because if the market push above, we're going to have a correction for continuation to the upside. So it's all about how the market react around this area. So I'm favoring the upside to the tune of 60% around on this pair. Yeah, 60% on the 60% on this pair towards the upside. Then for a clear entrance, we have to see a break above, close above, then a correction. So this will not be here, this will not be left shoulder, and we'll now have something like right shoulder here for a continuation to the upside. So that's my thought on Euro USD. Euro USD is looking bullish as of the moment. However, if we have series of correction around this area and is failing to break around this area, then we're going to have a drop towards the downside, maybe to come and test this level around this area for a shoulder level before the continuation to the upside. So that's my thought on Euro CHF as of the moment. But I'm favoring the Euro CHF upside to the tune of 60% on this pair. Then the next pair I'm going to be checking is UK 100. UK 100, I come to the monthly time frame. What is the market doing on the monthly time frame? This is looking push correction, push correction, push correction, push correction, push. This is looking like a correction for continuation to the upside. So that's my thought. We're looking bullish on the monthly time frame. However, the weekly time frame is looking bearish at it has not yet formed a double top yet. So from what I could see is the weekly candles is looking very, very bearish. So I will now step back to see what the daily time frame is doing. So on the daily time frame, I could see a double top, which is pushing the market downwards. Maybe the market wants to come and test this region for a head, left shoulder, and a right shoulder for continuation to the upside. So that's my thought as of the moment. Let's see if the market is going to form a base around this area for a continuation to the upside. So I'm going to be waiting for the buy on UK 100. I'm going to be waiting for the buy on this pair. So it's looking bullish to me. I just want a base formation around this area for continuation to the upside. USD CHF, on the other hand, is also looking bullish to me as of the moment, because on the monthly time frame, we have the series of consolidation around this area that brought the market downward. We have this pair around this area that is correcting. Maybe it wants to come and test this area for continuation to the downside. So on the weekly time frame, however, we have this is looking like a head, this is looking like a left shoulder, and this is also looking like a right shoulder. Yes, this is also looking like a right shoulder for continuation to the upside. Then on the daily time frame, however, I'm going to be careful around this area because this is a weekly resistance. Actually, this is a weekly resistance. So we have to be careful around this area. If I get a series of consolidation around the top, around this area, if I get a series of consolidation around the top area, around this place, it's failing to break, a lot of correction around this area, I will not be placing the trade for a buy. However, I just want a retest of this area. This market is going to reject from this area or from this area. So if I see a base around this area, then a push towards the upside, then a break above, then it's going to USD CHF is going to be bullish. However, if the market fail and give a series of consolidation around this area, then USDCHF might most likely be bearish. So, however, even if it's bearish, I'm not going to be trading the bearish until I see a break of the counter trend line. So that's my thoughts for this week. That's my thought on the market for this week. And we're going to be looking at AUD, I think AUD card for a short buy, AUD card. AUD card is looking like it can give us a little bit of a buy. We have a correction around this area. The weekly is looking very, very bullish. Push, 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 push. Everything is looking bullish. Then, however, we come on the daily time frame. On the daily time frame, this is looking like a correction around this area for a push towards the upside. We have series of consolidation, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. A base has been formed here. Then we're going to be having a move towards the upside. So my market execution is going to be nice for next week. When the market open next week, we're going to be saying where the market is going to react from. Then we'll just place a market execution, put a stop loss below structure. Then TP1 is going to be here. If the market decides to break it, then continuation to the upside. So that's my thought on AUD card. So this is the end of my analysis for this week, and we're going to see how the market is going to play out.